experience for the minus attack speed. I have the egg to control that position. The only fear of the Phoenix is if Sweden go for then the Mars, and then they go for additional kind of like relatively low damage heroes, that's when Greece can take over a game. It's exactly what the issue was in Sweden game 1 was. Against, let me triple check, what was the game they played? Against Turkey, right? They did win the game, but there was like 35 minutes of Turkey crushing them. And I just don't think if Greece get a lead, they are going to, throw it away like Turkey did.
No, absolutely not.
But Tusk, it opens up for that tri-lane. It calls for the aggression. Desire likes to play it on the 4 position. And I think it makes Spartan feel better in the game. Because when Desire's looking for a kill, Spartan's like, hey, Desire, I'm ready. And he's like, no worries, Spartan, let's go. And then they go play the map together.
Yeah, I think the Tusk is just way more stable. Phoenix, he's had some good games in this tournament. He's had some bad games in this tournament. He looks really good when he can get in, get a nice safe egg out with some heroes which want to go in and sort of play around the egg. I think egg is kind of misunderstood in a lot of ways, where it's really good as like a space gaining tool. You put the egg at the right place where it's in front of your team, but not like ridiculously far ahead where it's just going to die. And then if they turn around to try and kill it, if they take the bait, then your team can jump them and kill them.
It hurts the enemy, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a space gaining tool if used by the good players. So Sweden do that, but it does kind of shape the rest of the draft where it has to have that consideration of what are we going to do with this egg. I think if you don't do that, you can land yourself in a kind of bad position where you have a kind of not so useful support and you wish you picked something else. So we'll see how Sweden react and what they go down. But banning out some carries here, which is quite interesting. Getting rid of the Luna, getting rid of the Morphling. So
that is going to be the prototype of Phoenix in your draft. So you don't invade the enemy. Sure, protect the egg, but you don't really invade the enemy jungle very well. You like to play more of a stationary lineup, let them come to you, you TP, you react, you fight around your own objectives. So big heroes that want a bit more time to scale up, you don't really shut down. Like Alchemist is good, Morph is good, Luna's good. Like, the jungle is relatively protected for teams against Phoenix. And that is why Sweden, I already leaned towards referencing their game 1 against Turkey, but they didn't have any way to invade the enemy jungle. And that was a big issue for them. And I just hope that Sweden have adapted that, because I don't mind Phoenix, but I feel like it's a very easy hero to misdraft. And especially at this stage of the tournament, I'm hoping Sweden don't do that. And then they ban out the Dawnbreaker, so again, I feel like Greece, they just don't want to be counterplayed, right? Terrorblade, they have Sunder, turnaround potential. Nyx Assassin, pick-off potential. Now you're at another disadvantage. You have Shadow Demon, Disrupt. That's going to punish your aggression. Dawnbreaker, Solar Garden, punish your aggression. Like, most of the bans from Greece feel like they're banning to not force their play style to change. Like, they want to be the aggressor. Like, all their bans feel like they're doing that. They care about the fights rather than, oh, this lane's a bit bad for us. It's just, they want their philosophy to hold true.
So let's see. Now we're going to be getting our next round of picks here. The Hoodwink will emerge first. We get ourselves some damage out of the support. We get a little bit of initiation. Sets up for a very strong lane.
Yep. Tusk is now 5 because of that. That's all I had to say. Sorry. Back to you, Snare.
Oh,
I'm stuck in ad-lib mode from casting,
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
zone.
exactly.
So talk to me about this, boys, right? Is there a potential for them to run this Phoenix in the 5 position? The reason being because Pablo is amazing on the Rubik, right?
Amazing.
And Rubik has not lost a single game on the main stage. 100% win rate. 100% win rate.
100%.
You're gonna stop ad-libbing.
No, now you can't stop.
It's actually so much fun to do.
This the rest of the panel is just it's just Snare going on a monologue and
they go back for the Mars.
Just hyping up, yeah. Oh great, Mars Phoenix. Wow, what a combo. Never seen this one before. How creative go. But no, it's good. You pop down the egg, you pop down the arena, life is good. Not only that, but now all your traditional egg clickers, which are usually fast attacking, high range heroes, they can't get through the wall. That arena blocks projectiles.
And also, I've not ever really seen Song into arena yet.
No, but it sounds so good.
It sounds pretty good. Like, the Song into RP, that's pretty hard to hit, right? We saw it connect to the previous game, but like mechanically, you have to time the end of Song, and then you have to hit the RP. Arena is just like, I see hero, arena! And it's like, you fight there, right? Sure, you still have to cancel some blink daggers, but that's another story.
All right.
And then they go for the Lodred.
No, not the Druid.
The Excalibur Lodred. As much as they've picked it up, and it's good for lane, I think Greece still have very good tools against it. You have a Radiant Spire on the Alchemist, you have a Stampede from the Centaur, you have plenty of ways to disengage from the fight. Sure, there's Arena to stop the Stampede, because obviously you can't walk through it, but I feel like it's good for Sweden for comfort, but Greece have a really well-rounded lineup to deal with it, right? I guess the lane is the key thing here. They need to get through the lane.
One more thing about the Song into arena, right? Like, We know Malem, he's a carry player by trade. You know,
he's off lane for fun. Yeah.
Stepping in for off lane for the to play on the international squad, right? That means he might not be the best Mars. You use that song, easy.
Okay.
To set up that
set up
arena,
in the
you know,
world,
it's like
you know?
training wheels. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm kidding. He's probably
If he
great,
is going to be playing this like a carry, it'd be very fun to see him play into like the rebuke damage, you know?
Sure.
Get like some
Desolator.
Desos going.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in this game, they definitely do want some more punch, right? Because I'm looking at their damage output. It takes quite a while before we get to the point where this Lone Druid is able to realistically deal with the Alchemist.
I mean, my concern for Sweden is they don't have last pick, so they don't get to flex the Lone Druid between like mid and carry. Because Charlie and Skylar are both incredibly strong Lone Druid players, and I think if they had that flex available, I'd be a little bit more concerned for Greece. Because Lone Druid excels when you demolish your enemy mid. It's kind of like, it's the equivalent of like a Husker, right? Like you want to pick it in a way where it's like, this is my lane, now I take your tower, and by the time you deal with Lone Druid, someone else on the lineup has now got their timings online. But not to be the case yet, it does feel like a lot of the damage from Sweden kind of scales into the game, and if you shut any of them down, they might have some problems. But we also said that against Sweden yesterday, right? And they found their way to win out the game. And it does seem to be off-laners being banned out by the Doom ban. Is quite interesting.
Alchemist. You have Alchemist in the team, right?
No,
So-
but I mean for Greece, they banned
it
Doom
doesn't
and
really
DK.
make sense in a lane setup, right? Like,
Because right now I see
DK
Mars
makes
off lane.
sense, but yeah.
The Doom just feels a bit random.
I mean, it's one of these things, you know, sometimes you see teams where it's like, even though we know what their lane setup is going to be, we're just banning the one hard counter hero to our main carry or our mid laner.
Sure.
Without worrying necessarily about how they would fit it in. Besides, have you not seen this tournament, boys? Have you not seen what people have been
that's
laning?
True. That's true.
Don't
That's
take
true.
these risks.
Well, yeah, the two teams which haven't been messing around are in the grand final, so yeah, like.
And of course, for the mid lane of Greece, they are going to utilize, I think, Fug's hero pool to make sure they open up the fight. And for Sweden, again, depending on where this Lone Druid goes, is pretty much what Fug picks. It's like if he sees Lone Druid mid, he's gonna have to dig deep and find his anti-hero to mid lane. Of course, wave clear is fundamental. Don't allow the Lone Druid to have a creep wave to hit your tower. If you can kill that off, it feels better. Hence why Sniper's been banned out. I think Monkey King, it just compounds the map play and then the timer that Lone Druid plays into. But eventually,
I think
Lone Druid will struggle.
I'm looking for an Earth Spirit here for Excalibur. I don't know how confident he is in Earth Spirit. I think that is probably the best pick for them right now. I think you move the Druid carry.
Okay.
I agree with Snare that I really worry about their kind of shut down aggressive potential. If this Lone Druid goes mid and they just take like a carry, like Monkey King could have worked for them, they banned out themselves. So I think the only option left is to get some high aggro.
Ooh, okay.
Mid laner, but
Keep
they'll
the flex
so
alive,
keep the
actually.
flex. Keep flexing.
All right, that's pretty interesting.
They are a very, very flexible team. In fact, if we get their cameras on at the moment, we'll see them all doing yoga together before the game.
I got the hero.
What's up?
Mid Shaker could be a good option for Greece. Yes, there's Razor, but the mid lane is not big enough for Razor to run down the entire lane with the Link. You have Totem to secure CS whilst you
Yeah,
are...
but then they just put Druid against you, and you can't do anything, right?
No, but the lane's okay for Lone
It
Druid.
is?
Yeah, you have Totem.
Yeah, nowadays
okay.
it's fine. It
Yeah,
used to be
it's fine.
terrible, but
You have Slugger, yeah.
Shaker is all good.
So I think Shaker's pretty good. But we'll see what they go for. Of course, I think commend to Sweden because they found the hero that could keep the flex of Lone Druid alive. That's what we were calling for. They found that hero. But their draft, it feels like it's like 10, 12, 30 minutes of farm into then go, 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 go. Yeah, we have to end the game. We have to break it. But
I was
picking Queen of Pain-
thinking magic damage. I was going to say either Puck or Quap.
But is that the pick you want though? Both of those picks are really vulnerable to mid Lone Druid, and now they put Lone Druid in the mid lane. So sure they pick up Quap, they could have picked Puck, but then you lose your mid lane. It's great for Thug to feel comfortable.
Any chance to counter flex here from
No
Greece
way.
though?
No
like
way.
there's
No, they've already
They've
picked it
already
up.
picked-
Hey,
they've
safe
already-
lane Queen
no
of
way,
Pain
no
was
way,
a
no
thing like it's
No,
a year and a half ago. I mean, Alchemist mid is fine.
The Queen of Pain is going to definitely struggle in the mid lane. However, throughout the game, right, if this Queen of Pain actually gets to her items, whether that be Yules, the BKB, whatever, they can't really stop the Quap in place, right? She gets a lot of mobility around the fight. The only way they really stop is if she gets rooted in place, which shouldn't really be happening from this Queen of Pain. Yes, the lane is going to be
very,
problematic,
very low lock. Yeah,
but
that's what I was thinking.
as the game scales, it does become problematic. And also, one of the great things about the Queen of Pain, with Sonic Wave, you push heroes away, which in tandem with the Stampede, extremely useful against the Razor with the static link.
Yeah, great point.
Greece does have a really well-rounded lineup. I think the key X factor here is going to be Excalibur from the mid lane, right? The Lone Druid versus Quap, if he can win that lane, which I expect him to, what does he really bring to the team? Because if he's having a good time, everyone slots in behind him. If he somehow struggles, he overplays his hand, dies to a Tusk and a Hoodwink rotation, then the game gets difficult, right? You're expecting a Razor to try and outscale an Alchemist into then Centaur. It's like a lot of pressure on a semi-carry to pop off. And the reason why Sweden won some games was because Charlie was on like the carry of the game. He's not on that this time. So if Sweden are to win, it's through early game aggression and holding that tempo, which is something they're yet to really do as a winning formula. They seem to be the comeback team.
Cards on the table, team?
Greece, I don't know.
Greece, okay.
Greece? All right, well, I was going to go Greece as well, because I like the Queen of Pain. We'll see what works out for them.
All right, okay, my panel is going for the Greece side right now. Let us witness if they have what it takes to claim this opening game in the grand finals, or if it's going to be the Swedish stack finding their way closer to glory at WEC 2024. We're going to be finding out with our illustrious casting duo. We've got Vlad, we've got Dominic, my giants from the north. Take it away, gentlemen, and make it exciting.
Thank you very much, Snare. It is a pleasure to be here alongside you, Black, for the grand final of the World Esports Championships 2024. It has been a long, long year, especially for these two titans of Sweden and Greece that have qualified as the top 2 seeds from Europe. And right now, it's time to establish not just which one is the best European nation at Dota 2, but the best country in the world.
Yeah, who do you personally got? Honestly, after the draft, I'm a little bit conflicted because I know Excalibur loves his Lone Druid.
Yes.
But it's always a risk that you run, right? Lone Druid, you generally want to dominate the game in the minute 20 to 30 sort of area. But that's generally where Greece is very strong. They like to be aggressive, they like to rotate early, and that's one of the biggest weaknesses that Lone Druid has. Like, you kill him once or twice, suddenly the hero is not really a hero anymore because he's missed all his timings, So if they can put the pressure onto the mid lane this game, it's going to be incredibly hard for Sweden to get off the right foot.
And the hero has been heavily nerfed post-TI when it became a menace in the last final days. And right now, I have not seen this hero played at all. Actually, in the most recent Tier 1 tournament, it has went uncontested for back-to-back tournaments. So there might be a reason for that. But like you mentioned, Excalibur is a specialist, especially when it comes to these niche peaks.
Yeah, and as the panel already also said, the quad matchup is pretty easy for Lone Druid generally. Oh, whoa.
Okay.
They know because they got unsmoked.
They only spotted Spartan, and he does this type of plays alone, but now they're going to wrap around again from the north side. Do you see Pablo? He has the Icarus dive. If needed, could scale that one up, but no more action will commence just yet. The first blood will be avoided, and the bounty runes will most likely be split.
Yeah, a nice, good old-fashioned 2-2 split.
The battle begins.
Honestly, I'm personally not the biggest fan of the support duo of Sweden. Naga, Phoenix, you can't really kill anything with the two of them. They cover each other quite nicely in team fights, but rotation-wise, they don't offer too much. Laning-wise, they're okay, but also nothing amazing. So I'm a little bit worried about their early game, especially because that's where Lone Druid and Razor, as I said, generally shine.
Yes,
so.
And as a counterpart, Greece has 2 amazing supports that can both rotate and get online very, very early, even pre-level 6. The one upside I do understand why the Phoenix has been chosen here is because yesterday, Malum with his Mars never really found the pairing that seemed to have been an issue from Sweden in their matchup in the semifinals. So now with the Phoenix, you've got arguably the best pairing in a game to put next to a bubble.
Yeah, very, very strong. It's very, very, I guess, famous is the right word, combo. Yeah. Especially in China, they first picked it forever, since forever. And obviously it's still very potent. Is it a little bit too slow, perhaps? We'll see.
Yeah, Malum, I have to say, if there is one player that I would have loved to see more from up until now, has been the offlaner of Team Sweden, but they've made it to the grand finals. Speaking of making it, Charlie will not be making it out of there safely. Bengun is trying to find the trade onto Desire, but the Hoodwink is very elusive. Actually, the illusions are blocking Bengun, and the Hoodwink will get out. Razor safe lane taken out first.
That's rough. I mean, Razor is generally at his weakest at level 1. Usually level 3 is where he gets strong in the lane, so they're taking perfect advantage of that weakness. But the lane in general should be pretty simple for Razor. Once you're level 3, you get the level 2 link, and they actually get a kill, no problem.
Finally getting back some action, Skylark. There is no other net, but they're going to keep applying pressure, forcing him behind the tower to make some class hits. They're going deeper. Yeah, Skylark is just being forced away from the creeps. Tries to turn around, like it's a little bit of
But
fake
careful
plasma
though.
field. The damage will not be sufficient, but Skylark, what is he gonna do in this situation? The creep wave and a half under the tower.
He actually got quite lucky there. That was a miss hit from Charlie. If that hit connects, I'm pretty sure he's dead because he still has the damage from the link as well. But that's Dota. That's why we love it. You know, some nice uphill misses every now and then. Well, you love it if you're Skylark. You hate it if you're Charlie.
Yeah, he would have. He kind of needed to get that one back, but at least pressured the Centaur. I would love to see how the last hits are looking like in this mid lane right now. Maybe Excalibur falling a bit behind Thug, I suspect. As
Well, Thug tipped him, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he's playing very up in his face. Yeah, 13 last hits to the 11 of the Lone Druid, but already 4 denies for Thug.
Yeah, it's generally not a good sign if Lone Druid loses early. You're really strong level 1, and the higher levels Pop gets, of course, the higher levels in Scream of Pain she has, which makes farming a lot easier. You gotta be careful also you don't lose that bear. But again, Excalibur is a specialist at the hero, so I'm not expecting too many missteps there.
25 seconds before he can resummon. He should be fine. Most likely Thug won't find any action. Malin very low in HP, but so is Spartan. Focus is the key element of this mid-game tempo for Greece. As soon as he gets his Radiance to keep accelerating farm and then enable joining the team fights, he versus Razor, I mean, Razor doesn't need as many items to get online, but the Alchemist does have the higher power spike.
Yeah, and especially once he has the Radiance, it's going to be so good for them because Lone Druid doesn't really build into an MKB until much later on. Yeah. Razor, you will build BKB relatively early, so you probably don't mind as much, but you can't outpace an Alchemist as a Razor. It's just simply impossible, so you have to put on the pressure early, and that's why the panel also said the Lone Druid mid lane is going to be so important. Should be able to roar him away. Oh, he didn't skill the roar yet, so easy rune pickup for Thug.
Only level 4 for Excalibur, do not want to judge him too much, but I think the big discrepancy is exactly what you mentioned, the carry matchup. Alchemist 31 last hits to the 10 of the Razor.
10 on the Razor, that's
a third.
Brutal, actually.
Razor is a lane dominator. We gotta remember, you usually pick Razor to obliterate your melee matchup core, and Skylark is actually out-last hitting the Charlie, and it all started on the back of that first one at the top.
Yeah. As we mentioned, level 1 Razor is really so weak. Now it should become a little bit easier for him, but I feel like the damage was already done. His laning phase has been utterly ruined, and look at the Mars too. They're both sitting at 13 CS, which is really not what you want. Another go on Charlie, Blood Blade also popped.
Needs a bit of help. Plasma field turnaround. Oh, Charlie will just die to the retaliate damage. Scaled at level 3, maybe not expecting you. Bangun would love to get on top of Skylark, but he seems to be safe. Desire now. The forefront of this potential aggression, but the Naga Siren is now getting turned on. Acorn shot, Skylark does not really want to overcommit. Someone could have maybe TP'd. They do not have vision on the Phoenix of the map right now.
It's such a huge problem too, because Razor just missed 2 creep waves, and Skylark on the Centaur is getting 2 or 3 creep waves into his tower while they're already winning the CS.
Yes.
Like, this lane is massively going in the favor of Greece. And they said, you know, they usually take some time to warm up. Wonder what they did before this game, because they look real strong right now.
I believe Charlie might be surprised by the debuff from the Deluge, which is Naga Siren's, you know, extra addition to the Riptide. When you connect with the Deluge, minus 15%, minus 20% status resistant, it is incredibly high percentage, both in early, mid, and late game.
Ooh, that Sun's gonna deal a lot of damage with the tag team.
This is going to be a kill. Malum is by himself. Phoenix is going to arrive. There's nothing he can do. Going to push them back with the rebuke, but the snowball coming in on top of Malum. And now Charlie's also here. He needs to get a couple of kills. The lasts are not there. Spartan will at least steal the Lotus. He will most likely fall in the end. No cooldowns to be used just yet. Going to buy himself more time using the Lotus and the Fire for the final plasma field to take him out.
That's a big issue though for Charlie. Like, he made all this, he made the rotation all the way down there.
But Thug came in as well.
Yeah, Malum gets taken out by Thug.
For
the Queen of Pain ultimate. It's brutal. Like, this, again, rotation all the way. You chase him all the way back to the tier 1 tower. Now you have to go back through the portal. You're sitting at 14 CS. That kill is definitely not worth it for you. But I guess he's doing what he can to kind of alleviate the pressure a bit off that Mars. Because they're losing 2 side lanes horribly right now. And even the mid lane, the 42 CS is a little bit deceiving because he's been jungling quite a bit. So mid lane is even, you're losing 2 side lanes, you've got to do something.
this is a complete masterclass coming in from Greece. 17 last hits on a Razor, minute 7 is not... You don't even see that if you play Razor support, honestly, because you get more last hits from the jungle. Speaking of action, the Wisdom Runes have been taken, split up. Spartan trying to contest will get caught. Sunray, Spear of Mars, and if you could get a deny here, that would be massive, and he does! Spartan, Tusky Dusky indeed. Gets the most out of that.
Yeah, now lead up to 2K already. Early game. Of course, you have the Alchemist, it's a little bit inflated, but that early on, Alchemist really doesn't, farm that fast.
You want to shut them down early on, not allow them to take over at minute 8 already.
Yeah. It's only gonna get worse from here, basically.
There's a rotate top, Bushwhack connecting.
They have Stampede ready as well.
They're gonna go for no mana. Alchemist is here, focus with the rotate and the acid spray doing so much armor reduction. You don't even care, you're not gonna find the Naga. You can kill the Razor back to back.
Oh, they're looking for the Hoodwink. They should be able to get him, no problem. The Bear's really fast. They got a net in 3 seconds. Yeah. But buying again so much time. Every time they die, it's so deep in the enemy lines. They can't get anything off it.
Yeah, Dota is a game of margins, and you might be looking at the score saying 4-3, what are these guys talking about? But it's about the quality of the kills that you have found.
Yeah, and also, of course, how much disruption really brings to the heroes that are dying. Again, Razor just sitting at 23 CS. Still pretty much a third of that of the Alchemist.
Yeah, Malik's not looking shot, but finally they might be finding Skylark. Vengan, do we have another net? Nothing there. Blade Mail double bracer, minute 8. Yeah, he might be the highest net worth hero in the game right now.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. 3K lead now in 8 minutes, not what you want with Sweden. Again, they have to hit this crisp mid-game timing. If they want to win past mid-game, it really has to be like our first series where it goes ultra late game, like minutes 70, 80, for them to really be able to contest, because Alchemist is going to be absolutely massive.
Spartan, same level as Malum. Tusk position 5 versus an off lane.
They're looking for Malum, they found him.
He does have level 6 now, so he could use the arena to be defensive, but no, he just gets picked off easily. Blink forward, amplified damage with the last couple of seconds, and this is a complete masterclass kicking these things off. Look at the net worth, Black.
Yeah, you never want to see this if you're a Sweden fan, of course. If you're a Greece fan, you're very happy with this. But yeah, top 3 net worth all on the side of the Radiant, and Alchemist is already popping off. He should be relatively close to his Radiance already. He's going to have it at minute 11, and that is ridiculous. He already has his Relic at minute 9.
And he has a Soul Ring face puts pre that.
He did lose his Courier, so it's going to slow him down a little bit.
I mean, there's a secret shop next to him.
Yeah, but he'll have to get there first. It's a little bit scary now that the tower's gone.
You gotta find some XP for the Naga Siren and for the Phoenix to both get their ultimates and maybe combine them with the Mars, setting up for him. Meanwhile, giving the Razor and the Lone Druid some space to build any items.
Yeah. The Razor's big problem is also, until you're level 7, which he's closing into now, you can't jungle at all.
Yeah.
So his rough early game is just gonna be that much slower because of that.
The catch-up mechanisms of Razor are usually, well, getting involved with kills if the other lanes have went well. This is not the case here. You're not a Shadow Fiend. You can't just go back to the jungle. You're not a Luna and farm with your Razors and Glaives.
Yeah, I mean, historically, Razor is really not meant to lose lane. Like, his entire kit is designed to win you the lane. Spartan, we already know him. He loves to do this. Okay, bail him out with Stampede.
That's
very nice.
We almost never see them using big utilities to save Spartan. This is a Greece that doesn't want to give any single inch to Sweden.
Yeah, and the gold is just growing and growing. Again, Alchemist, it is just the nature of the hero. If you cannot invade his jungle, that's what will end up happening. And he should be very close to his Radiance at this point. And not only is he going to farm, oh my gosh, he's going to have his Radiance. And again, not only is he going to farm way faster, if he joins fights with his early Radiance, they can't lose. Because they don't have the damage to kill him, they have no burst.
They have no burst, not sufficient magic damage. And even if they do put them in a precarious position, the Stampede will always be there to disengage.
Yeah, the backup that Alchemist has this game is absolutely amazing. Of course, you also have the Queen to lay in even more pure and magic damage from the back lines. And here we go, the latest addition to Alchemist 2. Boom.
They're pinging Malum bottom. The Queen of Pain is going for it. It's going to be Desire and Thug trying to get on top of the Mars as we're looking. This Alchemist finishing off the stack. But the Mars will fall back to safety. There is no tier 1 tower, as we noticed it was taken about minute 8.
Yeah, but the pace this game is going at, it's smooth sailing for Greece, basically. They're smoking up now with the diffusal on the Lone Druid, which is something they really need to do. But again, Stampede will be off cooldown soon. Diffusal Blade won't do anything against that.
You need your Naga in position to potentially catch with the net, but she is not there, Phoenix.
Stampede in 5. There's of course a Blade Mail too, we know that.
He's got a Blink Dagger in the stash. They're reeling him in. 4 players
Blade
here.
Mail, Stampede, and
that's
out
it.
he is.
Oh, they're turning around.
There's
Focus
the
is here. He's got the Radius coming in with the concoction onto the Naga Siren and the Bear. And now Skylar coming in. Blink, turn around, and they get the support out. Bear has to be resummoned. Excalibur would love to get out of there, but the
Charlie's
Razor
trouble too.
is not looking too healthy as he gets broken down by the Sharpshooter of the Hoodwink. Desire gets another one for himself.
Yeah, 8k lead in 12 minutes is really nearing that disaster territory. Especially for a draft that is supposed to be ahead at this point.
Yes.
And that is the biggest weakness of the Lone Druid, really. Yes, you didn't lose lane, you went even with the Queen of Pain, but what did you do after that? Like, you have the Diffuser Blade, which gets hard countered by the Stampede. Your Bear just dies to the Acid Spray and right-clicks with the tag team. What is he really going to do from here on out?
Do you think Sweden really was counting on flexing the Lone Druid? So they assumed Alchemist might be going mid, and they wanted to lane Razor versus Alch mid, but then with a final Queen of Pain pick turned it all around and forced him to switch?
Well, you really...
Because it was an overall last pick Queen of Pain.
It was an overall last pick Queen of Pain, but if you pick Razor like that, you have to expect some sort of mobility mid-hero. Like it's either the Puck or it's the Quap. I mean, back then, it doesn't really happen anymore, but there's also anti-mages that were picked back then just because Razor can't play into these heroes. So basically, Greece said, we know you're going to put Lone Druid middle, but I don't care. Like Thug said, I do not care.
Malum.
See an arena, nope.
This is a disaster. Wisdom Rune will most likely be taken as well. Excalibur is here, but he does not want to fight into 5 heroes. We have Charlie coming in. The static link is perfect. Supernova pushing them back, and that's going to be Spartan being taken away by Excalibur. They managed to not protect the Wisdom Rune, and now they're still lingering. They still have the Chemical Rage up.
Yeah.
Desire no more
If
mana.
there's a root, he's dead.
Does get rooted, but Excalibur playing very far.
Oh, they just hit the Bear. Easy blink out. They're gonna chase. If he gets another root, maybe.
There is no follow-up. Mars is TPing top. He does not want to come bottom. There was no tier 1 anyway.
But we can't also underestimate Quap's survivability is actually quite strong with the Dagon. You have so much spell life steal.
Yeah.
And again, we do know for a fact that Sweden is a very momentum-based team. The fact that we haven't heard them at all yet is a little bit concerning.
Yeah, they haven't been too vocal this time around. And look at the Scream of Pain Sonic Wave combo. Charlie's trying to sidestep and link up now, going for the Savage Roar. Queen of Pain, no more mana. This might be a worth trade, and they do get Thug out of the map now. We might have a reel in onto Spartan, but there are 2 very beefy cores right behind him.
Yeah, that was a very good kill, but Focus is on the prowl. He's super farmed, 12k net worth in 15 minutes. Doesn't get the block off, but they're just trying to choke them out of the map. Take the Ancients away from Sweden. And of course, every Razor death, when you're already this low net worth, it hurts. 5k net worth only on him.
Yes, but at least Excalibur found the Queen of Pain in exchange.
Yeah, that was a very important kill.
And now we will have a blink on Malum. Going straight away, Spear of Mars. Spartan does have the snowball, so he's going to buy some sun. No?
He's no stranger to this.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even use the snowball because he was netted.
Yep. But we all know Spartan likes his little, trips to the fountain. Well accustomed to it. Razor level 9 at minute 16. Yeah.
He's going to have to go
Focus is super happy.
Falcon Blade BKB is going to be the build Charlie's going for now. Okay, the Power Rune is actually an illusion up top. Thug will find it.
That is super good for him because he can get out the root, out of the net. Yeah. Exactly what he needs. I do believe Marsh has picked up his Blink Dagger.
Yes,
so
he has.
They will need to win a massive team fight soon. Because Focus already has his Manta style. He's big. He's really big. If they go all in on Alchemist, he will die fast still. He's not very survivable.
He's also alone here. There is a Stampede available, and Centaur is coming their way.
He's just going in?
Okay, Pablo, nice Icarus dive and Sunray away.
Oh, there's a stun.
He can still get caught. Oh, connects onto the Lone Druid Bear. But look at Malum making his way up high ground. He might have been spotted by the Observer Ward because the tree line is cut. And look, wow. double observer ward, one in the center of the dire triangle and one just between the triangle and the tier 2. They've got so much vision for Greece.
Yeah, it's all about aggressive vision at this point. You really want to choke them onto the map. They see the Naga Siren, they got unsmoked, but they're looking for the Razor.
And they might find him. It's only Spartan and Desire.
Yeah, there's no way they have enough damage. But Thug, of course, is Queen of Pain. Very mobile, easy for him to get there. Pablo, at least on his way to a vessel. But again, he has 2 dispels already on Alchemist. It's not going to be easy to use that at all. And now Thug is also smoked up. They're still looking, I think they see the Phoenix. But is that really the kill you're looking for?
I don't think it is.
Naga now coming back as well. Sweden is doing a good job at avoiding fights. Just the issue is avoiding fights means Alchemist is free farming.
He is doubling the net worth, well, more than doubling the net worth of both Malum and Charlie. And yes, that is the power of the Grievel's greed. Still, maybe way too much for minute 18.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's a very strong meta hero right now. Incredible laning phase, and he just scales so well into the mid-lane game.
Malum getting jumped in by Skylark. Sundray is there to try to protect the Mars, but he's getting broken. Destroyed wall response sharpshooter. He's still alive. The heals are coming in droves from Pablo, but there's nothing more that the Phoenix can do.
And Pablo almost died himself. He took like 1200 damage.
Oh, focus is coming around. They spot him. Icarus dive out. Conduction coming onto the tier 3 ground. You don't want to go deeper. Yes, you do. And Paul forces out the Supernova. Ain't nowhere are the TPs, guys. I need help. They're all dying. Actually, Bengan fell to Thug, and it's Excalibur 1 versus 3 outside of the high ground.
The Bear just can't fight the Alchemist at all, especially with his corrosive weaponry passive. 11k now, 80 minutes in. Tier 2 tower should be able to be defended. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it here. If you're Greece, there's nothing really to gain for you here. They could be looking for a Roshan potentially soon, where then they maybe can make a comeback play happen with the Naga Sleep. But yeah, they have to mobilize right now, get a Naga Sleep somehow on a couple of heroes and combo them down. Because if the game keeps going this way, there's just no way they can win. Like, Alchemist will always out-network you. And it is really difficult to be behind already and then to be under pressure because you're going to be more behind every passing minute because you're playing against an Alchemist.
We have yet to see a single arena that's successful. Smoking out under an observer ward is never going to look good for you. They're going in. Arena is here, does connect with it. There's Stampede coming in as soon as Arena expires, but can focus sustain. Turn around from Skylark. Stampede is there. High Sharks for the separation, but he's actually locking in his own Alchemist. Focus, there's no way for him to get up, but they're just all dying. Look at the damage Desire is doing. Excalibur cannot kill a single one, and the Bear will get claimed as well. Thug is going deeper. Excalibur has to TP out, but the Blink stun is there, and he will fall as well. The one saving grace for Sweden gets deleted.
Yeah, Charlie wasn't even part of the fight because he rightfully feels like he needs to catch up. He really does. He needs that BKB, otherwise he can't fight. And yeah, but who was really trapped with whom here, you know? They thought, wow, he made a mistake, Focus is trapped. In reality, thanks to the Vampire Fangs, he was healing so much with the Radiance, the Acid Spray, the stun. Ridiculous amount of health. And of course he has 100 health reach too.
Oh, Charlie's here now. Gonna try to go for Spartan, but the Song of Siren coming in, pitch perfect. This is a good turnaround. Can we get a spear connection? And it will be on to them, but look at the snowball coming in. We still have the Supernova and the damage is there. They are so low, and Focus will finally get taken out. The BKB of the Razor prevails, and all the way just to slow down Malum, and Spartan continues to run away. The chase is there, and look at the Ice Shards! They are so perfect! They're all stuck behind, but Spartan somehow still eludes this catch, and he might be out safely.
He is out. And remember yesterday you said the worst shot in the game, Tusk. This time it actually manages to save him.
It just dropped it from the Stolen Tormentor.
Insane, right?
I've been proven wrong.
That's just no, that's the thing. I also think it's not the greatest shot, but in that particular, special, unique situation, it's like, okay, yeah. Thanks.
Best shard in the game. Of course, another support kill you might think wouldn't have been much, but considering how far behind Sweden are, even taking out Spartan would have given them a bit more golden XP.
Yeah, every kill at this point is super, super important. Again, 15k net worth down. You need like 5 more of these fights without losing your important heroes. The good news now is Razor with a BKB is a massive power spike. Bangan just gets taken out by Skylark and Desire. And now pretty easy kill.
You also don't have Naga Siren Song for what, 2.5 minutes left.
Yep.
And that's why they're heading for Roshan. Yeah, they know there's no song. Even if there was, the Naga is dead, and the Roshan will melt in a matter of moments. When you've got the tag team, when you've got the Acid spray, look at him.
BKB Alchemist as well.
Wow.
The key items are just rolling in more and more. You got the Crimson Guard already finished on Skylark as well, so the physical damage reduction is massive. Oh, they're actually smoking in. They know they can't give them the Aegis, for sure.
They don't even have the Supernova here yet.
It's going to be a tough fight, but they have to take it no matter what.
They're gonna try to commit. Smoke gets
Oh,
broken.
the shards also so annoying, such a good position.
The bear sneaking up. We have a Sphere of Mars. Arena does arrive, but there doesn't connect to absolutely
BKB.
anyone. BKB, look at Focus going
Oh,
on to
Phoenix.
do. The Phoenix gets obliterated. She needs to buy back, but he won't do. Break coming in. Charlie finally has arrived, but 2 of your teammates are dead. What are you doing? Look at the Bushwhack. Excalibur is fully changed up. And the Sonic Wave coming in. They're not killing them just yet, but Excalibur gets gone down.
Yeah. Charlie goes into the fight, pops BKB, but immediately has to evacuate. This game is, yeah, brutal and probably well out of reach for Sweden at this point.
Yeah,
they knew they cannot give this Roshan away, but in so doing, fighting without your ultimates and your heroes in position, you just gave him 3 more kills and the Aegis on top of that. Now you're fighting a 19k net worth deficit.
And the Song of Sire is still in cooldown for another 10 seconds.
Yeah. That is the weakness of the Naga, right? Early on, if you're really reliant on the Naga combo or the reset, it has a 3-minute cooldown.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you took a really good fight with it, but you don't have it available. It's basically like a black hole early on. There's going to be BKB now also done on Thug. If he wants it, maybe he will go for something more fun.
He could have won Hex actually, but no, he wants to play it safe.
Yeah, he is exactly up. It's grand final time. There's no time to waste, no risks to be taken, especially if you're leading this much.
Yeah, playing this safely, you would say unlike a Thug.
Unlike a Thug, yeah. What is your philosophy when you're ahead? My philosophy is get ahead and then get more ahead.
Yeah,
so
I think that makes
basically, build HP if you don't need damage, and they have plenty of damage.
It has been, the meta in Dota has been this way. No matter how far ahead you are, you're going to keep on being ahead longer. And it's been like that for 2.5 years now as with the spots focus. They're going to go for Desire this time, and they're going to kill the Hoodwink with the first good arena. And now Savage Roar, perfect. But the concoction is there. Excalibur doesn't look too healthy. Bangan does pop the song, but the BKB from both Dog and Focus to take out the Lone Druid. Malik gets sharded in again by Spartan. The stun only lasts a few seconds and they're dying one by one. The only question is, can Pablo and Charlie get out of there? The Razor does try to scare Thug away. The Spirit Vessel doing a lot of good job. The Blink Dagger, 1 more second in cooldown, and the Queen of Pain will fall. Supernova on top of Skylark, and Charlie has stolen just a little bit of damage.
That was a massive kill on Thug. Little bit overzealous trying to kill the Phoenix there, and nice turnaround by Sweden. So they're still not out of it, and of course we know, even after seeing it yesterday, they're not a team to GG until the throne is down.
Yes.
So there's still lots of Dota to be played. Game is looking bad right now, but as we've seen in our first series, things can change very quickly. Although it has to be mentioned, Greece is no stranger to grand finals. So nerfs, will they get to them? Probably not. They should be pretty nerf immune at this point.
First tier 2 fallen for the Dire squad. Greece untouched. All the towers still standing. Sweden, I don't even think they remember how a Radiant Tower looks like.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I with all these cosmetics now.
Oh, Skylark doubted himself. The stun would have connected. The stomp first time around allows Pablo to get out there. Desire and Spartan are actually still on the prowl, trying to find this Phoenix.
Nice escape there by Pablo. Now the question is, do they want to knock high ground with this Aegis, knowing how far they are ahead? Or do they want to play it slow, take down the upper tower as well, and then just box them into the map and outfarm them?
Going for the Mjolnir next here is Excalibur, but he has been focused so well by the Radiant guys in every single team fight that he doesn't seem to get any shots in.
It's high ground time, my friend.
Age is still up for 2 minutes. How are you going to stop Focus?
Look at his health region, 130. Like, no matter what you do, he's just healing. Yeah, nice Sunray, thanks for the heal.
He's healing through the Sunray, dispels the Spirit Vessel right away, and he will get out after taking away about 35% HP of the tier 3 tower bot.
That's the right thing to do though. You want to pressure high ground so you force the enemy back so they can't just farm and push out the other lanes. And then, it's a fake back maybe even.
They want to kill the bear.
Tusk TP top though, so they have no Tusk here.
They will fall back. As we get SNY done for the Razor, we also have a full glide here, minute 26 on the position for Hoodwink.
Yeah. well, we all know position 4s are really just honorary cause at this point.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Malum gets spotted. Perfect blink out there from the Mars. It's a small victory.
Oh, wow, he
oh
actually
my
hit the
god,
real
Pengun gets down to below half HP winning single sharpshooter. The blink and dig on the Pavis will not be saving you.
Yeah, only good against physical damage, which Quap doesn't have too much of.
If she does, she's not going to spend time right-clicking you when the Dagon's on cooldown.
That's right. High ground
Focus.
time again. Oh, he's charging up a stun.
Blink up, connects to the lone druid bear, and the main target now Gleipnir onto Charlie. Gets bushwhacked, and look at the arena separation. It's got to be
Charlie's
Desire to
taking
get
low
caught, but
damage.
Charlie needs help. Turns around and starts linking. Focus still stuck. Desire somehow still alive. We need the supernova. It's a bit too far up high ground, and they're not really chaining anybody. Focus does have the Aegis, and Malik is the first to fall. Versus 3 heroes, and look at the Skylark stomp onto 2. They're on the high ground. The Sonic Wave is there. Excalibur trying to survive, and he does just barely. But the Ice Shards again, and the Song of Siren comes out. No more BKBs.
He's burning, he's burning.
Do you want to turn around or not? The answer is we would love to, but we don't have the tools for it.
Okay, Aegis expires though. BKB is still up, however. Cooldown still all pretty much expanded by the Grease side, and we know they like to play safe, so they're probably gonna back off. Oh, is it gonna be another fake back?
He's got an Orchid.
Yeah, he's pretty rich. The pleasure of being an alchemist in a game that you're winning real hard.
He's got 23,000 net worth, mid at 28. And even if you remove the Alchemist from the game right now, they would still be evenly in gold with Sweden.
Yeah. But luckily for Greece, Alchemist is in the game. If he wasn't, there would be in a little bit of trouble. Now the question is, do they want to wait for the next Aegis or just kind of reset the cooldowns, then go again? Pablo, good night, my friend.
I think the answer is they want to
I think it's go time for
I
them.
think it's go time.
Yeah. Especially knowing Greece, when they have an advantage, they usually never let go.
Yeah, they don't want to make the same mistakes we saw earlier today. Now Malum will try to TP out. They have the burst damage, maybe? No. He will get out there safely now. Potential turnaround. There are no stuns nearby. Thug pops the Invis rune. Sees the Naga. It's going to be Focus first of all, jumping in. The supports on the Swedish side, you brought this up the moment we hopped on this cast. They're not really working well together, and we've seen this.
Yeah. It's really a big problem nowadays. Like, the supports need to be able to work well together. You can just see the difference between Tusk and Hoodwink. And yeah, Naga and Phoenix, they're amazing individually, but if you pair them up like that, they just don't really do a whole lot unless your team is already winning. At which point you could probably interchange them for other supports anyway. Oh, nice by Spartan again. He always
Skylark
gets space going.
connects to again. Excalibur turns already to his true form. Phoenix will
Egg.
die by the dig on Thug, jumping in the backline and now Focus on top of Excalibur. Charlie tries to link on someone, gets broken
Nice
right away,
Sonic
but
Wave.
Arena's onto 2 of them. Sonic Wave as well. Spartan saving 2 of his players and now going in. Connection with another stun from Skylark, taking them out. 2 are down. That was the main score. Look at Spartan jumping in the high ground. Forces out Supernova. He will die, but that's still a victory for him.
They're looking for more, but Splinter cancelled, stuns himself. Didn't matter, dodge it. Not quite at that easy Manta skills yet.
Going deeper, he's got the full Bloodthorn Bang Gun. Plays under the tier 4s, have to fortify to protect their base, but 30 seconds, no Razor.
Yeah, are they gonna stick around for Rex? Probably 20 seconds is all they need.
Another 2.4k in the bank for Focus after.
Are they gonna try to maybe spear into the tier 4 towers? They're not even gonna give him a chance to melee Rex and out. I like it. I really like how Greece is approaching the grand finals. Like, they're not playing passively, but they're also not being too aggressive. Where they're like, they take the objective and leave, or they take like half HP of a tower and leave if they have to leave. Like, they don't overcommit at all.
They've got 1,000 goal lead per minute.
Yeah.
It's incredible to look at these numbers, especially for a grand final. I did have the chance to speak to Spartan before going into the final series, and he told me 2-0.
Oh yeah, they're really confident. I mean, even yesterday, before they played, who did they play again yesterday?
Mongolia? Or the, you mean the...
With Belarus.
Well, we'll bring it back if
Bring it
we
back,
see a
yeah.
connection. Like I said, Malum has been rather quiet, and he's not going to find Desire, but Desire will be the one finding him. We're not quite seeing that action now, but he gets
he's
broken.
broken
Has
again.
to use the BKB. That's his 9-second BKB.
They're still in the chase.
Blink out, Focus, wants to find him, got a chain, but Bangan comes in. Gonna most likely have to TP out. outside of the AoE of the concoction. That means,
Thanks for the Tormentor.
they're gonna take the second Tormy.
Yeah. And just kind of to reiterate how confident they were, just before they played against Belarus, I believe it was, they were like, wow, we're going to win the whole tournament, no problem. Although the game was pretty close yesterday, you know, they are confident.
Was it Philippines? I think it was the Philippines game. First series of the day.
Yeah, but what about the second one? That's the one I'm wondering.
Second one was Mongolia. So they played Philippines and Mongolia yesterday. And Spartan told him in the post-game interview.
Oh, they could have played Mongolia. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah,
Yes.
you're right. Yeah, my bad.
Told us in the post-game interview after the
they're going
Philippines
to beat them.
that if we beat Philippines, we're gonna win it all.
Yeah. Although, as I said, that game was actually pretty close. However, didn't really impact the confidence at all. Bengen, no sleep available. He is toast. Good night, sir.
It is sleep. Sleep for 44 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, is that power nap territory already? Probably not. A little bit too short. It's a nap.
Well, we had a record.
Is he going to solo kill him?
Yeah.
Good night.
He was already half HP, but it doesn't matter. Desire is so big, actually outfarming every single one of the Dire side heroes. And we had a record in the lower bracket final. Right now, this is a different type of a record, an anti-record, because I don't think we've had a 35 game lead at minute 33 this tournament.
No, game is looking real good. Reza is trying to go for an AC, but is he going to get there? We'll see. Tower down. Midwix is already gone.
Fortify used as well.
Yeah. They just don't have the damage right now to go through all of these health pools. Skylark is incredibly tanky. So focused on his Alchemist. Quap is nearing 2.5k HP with all the spell life steal. Where's the damage going to come from? Like, even if you get a like 5-man song, 5-man arena, they're going to pop like 3 BKBs and they'll be like, now what? You want to fight us? All right, we'll stay here and beat up. Yeah, the Daedal is queued up on the support, in quotation marks, Hoodwink. See, that's what Dota has become. All the supports just want to deal damage to.
Skylark has had probably the most impactful performance in this game with the many people who stops. And it's great to see because, well, he was my pick to be the MVP of the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, he was?
Yes.
Well, mine, unfortunately, is out.
Sadly, your pick didn't even get to see the main stage. Went up in the group, but I think...
And I never got to see my pick either. It's like a ghost.
Sweden will most likely not even be able to catch minute 35 as the final team fight might have commenced right now. It's Stog going in the deep end with the BKB, forcing out the Supernova. He doesn't even care about the Phoenix Egg. He's going for Excalibur. Will get stunned by the break, and now they're trying to find Desire. Charlie versus Desire, 1 versus 1. The Razor barely wins that, but you've lost Benga. You don't have a Song of Siren. The BKBs are out. Look at Excalibur. Keep being out. Good escape. Can Charlie get out? He cannot, because the Walrus Punch will put you back in place.
And now it's going to be a simple run down the lane. Oh, they're looking for Pablo still. Can he make it out? He's pretty fast on the center. Gets a stomp, and good night, Pablo. 39k lead in 35 minutes. It's just a matter of time. Again, Sweden will not forfeit. We already know this until the throne is down.
10-1 and 11 for this Alchemist of Focus. I believe Thug's kill spree might be quite similar to that one as well. Skylark not too far off.
Buyback, okay. Razor has no BKB though, so his fighting capability is way lower than it should be. How will they try to defend this?
Last hurrah. Look at Spear of Mars connecting. Does have the Aegis.
He's not losing health.
Even a low
Oh, now he is. Now he is.
Excalibur. Nice Savage Roar coming in, and they might lose. No, they will not lose anything. Spartan comes in with the save. They're buying more time, but Charlie is on top of the Alchemist. Pushed back by the Sonic Wave, and Excalibur's berry's gone. Charlie does not have a buyback, and he's gone for 95. The last seconds of this game.
Getting the bear again.
Excalibur has to use the Mjolnir, maybe trying to deal some shit damage onto the course of Breeze, but it doesn't seem too likely as Focus is up in their face. He's gonna reset with the Aegis, but still has a BKB.
Doesn't have Chemical Rage though, so his health regeneration won't be as high.
Oh, jumping in, Spartan's going in. Malin Song of Siren and PKB right away. This is a good setup. 4 people caught.
Arena,
Spear of Mars connecting 1, 2, 3. Good timing. It's only gonna connect to Spartan. They're jumping in the arena.
They're
We
all
are
fighting
the
there.
gladiators. We are slaying you all. But Excalibur is dealing a bit of damage and does manage to take out Spartan. Look at Focus going in the fountain, gonna take out the Phoenix. He is godlike and unstoppable. The Bear has no chance. Glypin from Desire coming in, and Focus is men fighting them all. Skylar taking the Bear right at the base, but the heal is still there. 2 versus 4 to save the game. Is it gonna happen?
GG's called.
Never
It's
mind.
not going to happen. But
What
yeah,
a game.
masterclass performance by Greece, as we said. Like start to finish, all Greece, and this is now something that Sweden will have to work out because historically in this tournament, Greece, no offense, they played terribly in game 1. Even according to themselves, they need some time to warm up. Now this performance, what do you mean you need time to warm up? You completely destroyed them from start to finish. Outdrafted, outplayed, no chance.
Taking a look at the beautiful World Esports Championship trophy that Greece is now only 1 map victory away from claiming. It has been so long since this lineup has tasted victory on the international stage, either as a nation or as a club. But right now, after that performance in Game 1, Black, it would be so hard to bet against them.
Yeah, again, like we will have to go and see, of course, the Game 2 draft, but the way Greece is drafting, the way they played this game, it didn't look anything like Greece yesterday, to be honest.
You know, they seem to have finally awakened into this tournament, and what better day to prove that you are the best nation team in the world than the grand final day. 45k goal lead at minute 34, 36. That is unheard of for such a point in a tournament.
Yeah, and I do know it's a little bit difficult for Sweden to be hyped and have that momentum, you know, but no matter what, like even if the game goes a bit south, like you gotta get the spirit going because that is your power in this tournament that you have shown repeatedly. You gotta get that going.
Yeah, if you showed it yesterday in the semi-final, you cannot let that go in the grand final, but we will be letting you all go to a short break, and when we return, it's gonna be map 2 of the grand finals.
Welcome back, one and all, to WEC24, where we are going to be witnessing another game of Dota in our grand finals. The first one taken in emphatic fashion by Greece, by far the shortest game of the day, but crucially, the most predictable game.
Whoa,
The most predictable game. You know why that was predictable? Because here's one thing that has not happened all day, boys. We crush the lanes.
We did.
We take the early towers.
We did.
And then we take the early Roche.
We
and
did.
go high ground. Amazing stuff. Amazing
When you're not playing into, you know, Tusk with an Aghanim Scepter or a Magnus or, you know, high ground looks pretty easy, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks fine.
Yep.
I mean, we can also fundamentally say that Sweden's draft this time around felt a little bit too chaotic, right? Like they randomly put a lone druid in mid, he doesn't win the lane. They put Charlie on a semi-active carry, and he's unable to win the lane. Again, Centaur and Hoodwink, incredibly strong lane against any hero that wants to chase you down lane. If you try to chase, you're going to get double edge, you're going to get stomped, you're going to get bushwhacked, you're
I
going to
just
get
want to
ankle
jump in here because the highlights are quite important.
Yeah.
So here we have Charlie chasing down Spartan, right? He takes the portal because his lane's not going great. He ganks Spartan, he gets a kill. It takes him like half an hour. Damn, I was really hoping we were going to transition into the next kill.
But it's okay.
But it was the Alchemist using the portal to get to the other side of the map. And he kills the Razor, a much bigger target, and he does it in about 3 seconds flat.
Yeah.
And I think it really highlighted the impact of the two carries in the early points of the game when you have an Alchemist who's traditionally not the strongest laner, just comes in and absolutely dominates. And yeah, and now we're just jumping to...
That was the theme of the game though. Like Greece, as soon as they had an advantage, they kept pushing that advantage forward. And Sweden, their lineup, it was not built to play on the back foot. During the draft, we were saying, your lone druid has to win lane. Your Razor has to, you know, play even or win lane to then catapult yourself into breaking down Greece. Get tanky quickly to deal with the big damage that an Alk, a Centaur, a Cop will bring to the fight. And they were unable to do that. So Sweden, they struggled immensely. I think this was the first time where I felt like their lanes were everything. Like in the Luna game, it's like if lanes go bad, you just put all of your eggs into the Luna basket and she can maybe do it. But this time around, it's like they don't have that policy. They don't have no insurance. It was fully timing based. So yeah, Sweden struggling in game one, but you could argue it's just very draft based for sure.
Yeah. This is a very lane-centric draft, and there's something that we were talking about when we were watching that draft about how, firstly, how do they hunt Alchemist, right? Finding him when he's in the jungle, farming himself up. But crucially, because of that kill that you were mentioning, Nomad, when they got the kill on the Razor, they not just get that kill, they took the tower. And then afterwards, Razor is not a hero that wants to be sitting in the jungle farming.
Nope.
You make your net worth by running down
Unless you're
heroes,
Chrysalis,
killing
yes.
them. Unless you're Chrysalis. But that's a special case. So they just inhibited what this Razor was able to do in tandem with the fact that looking at these heroes, when you lose your towers, how do you ever get to the Alchemist side of the map? I have a lone druid mid. If they had the Queen of Pain or the puck, maybe. But with this kind of draft, are you just consigned to losing the game the moment the lanes go poorly?
Charlie has always been the player of 1v9. You know, whenever he played on any team, be it Chicken Fighters, Alliance, any time outside of the national scene, he was always you get him to 35 minutes, he will make the moves to win you the game. I feel like in this game, they shifted away from his best play style. And if you are to do that, you need everyone else in your team to step up. And unfortunately, you know, Mlem on the Mars, he wasn't able to do it. Again, Mars is an enabling hero. You don't take over games by yourself, right? And if your lone druid is unable to take over the game, there's nothing for Charlie to lean on, right? My lane's bad, where do I go? To a Mars who's losing lane, that's not gonna help me. To a lone druid who's losing lane, to a Quap, that's not gonna help me, right? So it's like, if you are picking Charlie this hero, you need other lanes to be winning, right? And clearly it didn't work out. So hopefully for Sweden going into game 2, they try and draft in a way where it's like, if lanes go bad, we have a route to victory, right? We find ways for Charlie to get into the game. Because this all-in mentality, I think it doesn't work out with this current iteration of Team Sweden.
I mean, when everything goes wrong like that, you always have ways back into the game. And, you know, one of Dota's most, you know, widely kind of used way back into a game is level 6s, ultimate abilities. You know, they're pretty strong in a lot of situations.
Yep.
So you can play your way back in with a nice arena. There wasn't really that impetus to go and do that. And that concerns me, honestly, that Sweden couldn't find the kind of power within themselves to go and make some plays, to go and make something happen. I think a lot of that came from the Naga Siren pick, right? Like, you're picking this hero as your safety net, you know? Like, yeah, you could have used the song to set up for an arena. It's a little weird, though. You kind of want the Mars to be able to go in and use the arena for themselves and save the song as a reset, especially when you're losing. It's great to be able to hit that reset button. Minute 12, they go and fight. Naga Siren didn't have a song. She was underleveled. So next minute, they took a big fight, was at 14 minutes when Greece came to fight Sweden over their Wisdom Rune, right? Naga Siren wasn't there again. Why? because she was farming the safe lane for her level 6 so that she could actually have the song for the next fight.
Also,
So yeah,
where's
2
the
fights in a
damage
row. It's just like,
But like what you're describing here, it's like even if she does have song, you're then looking at fights where it's like, congratulations Sweden, you're able to run away from the fight. That's like, still that's not a recipe for winning. Like the value there, it's like.
But it's a failsafe, you know, when Greece are grouped up as 5, the only way you're ever going to break them is just by getting a kill and then getting out, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't stay in the fight, you kill 1, kill maybe 2, and get the hell out of there because they're always going to be able to turn it around on you. And I think Song might have let them do it. I don't know because we didn't get to see it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, to that point, actually, if we think about the support duos, right? Radiant side for Greece, they have Hoodwink Tusk, right? And what would we constantly see with these 2 heroes? They were able to match up with one other person, one of the other cores, guaranteed find a kill. Whether it be the Alchemist, whether it be the Queen of Pain, whether it be the Centaur, there's no way they don't find somebody and bring them down. But the effort that Sweden required to kill even a support, so many spells being used, almost every time an ultimate being required in that situation as well.
That's because the supports can do the killing on Greece. And it's what we've been praising so far in the tournament. Support duos that can hunt the map are the best support duos. When you're talking about the national scene, you're talking about, you know, teams that, you know, come together for the tournament, that, you know, that you're bringing them from different teams to play for their country. They're not going to have months and years of practice together, right? It's like you're trying to blend together. And that is where, like, I think the simplest form of Dota is your supports being active on the map. Yes, we have seen some teams succeed with defensive capabilities. Naga Siren is strong, but you need your, like, if you have Naga, your next support has to be a killer. Because if you have 2 defensive heroes, like a Phoenix that wants to defend your side of the map, a Naga who wants to song, when you need to go aggressive, your supports don't contribute. You drag a core into that play to go for a kill, so now you're losing economy on the map because you're dragging cores to gank, you're losing XP, you're hoping for the best compared to Greece. If you want to go for a kill, 2 supports, they run around, 3 cores farm, you grab 1, go kill, it feels good. So hunting on the map with supports is the recipe for national Dota, I feel like.
I completely agree. You know, I've been saying, I said this yesterday as well with the draft. You know, I don't like a Naga Siren Phoenix draft. Oh, please, like, come on, man. What are we doing here? You know, you always, I think, more than ever, this Tusk and this Clockwork should be every team's first priority. I don't think there's any exception to that rule anymore, having seen the games play out now as well.
I think for Sweden, another priority is for them to get Excalibur on a hero that can play make a little bit, right? Because in this situation, so the best game we've seen from Excalibur is when he's playing Storm or Necro, right? Either he's the one driving the aggression or the team plays around him specifically. Not really that many options when you're playing Lone Druid to be able to have that degree of impact in that way.
I mean, so far at the tournament, he's played Earth Spirit, Monkey King, Storm Spirit, like every hero you just, like, the concept you described, that is exactly what he's done. He even played a Meepo game. Now Lone Druid. I know it's a specialty. I know it's strong for him, but like they didn't even draft it in a way which gave me confidence. Like they picked Lone Druid, and normally this hero, you pick it, and we're like, damn! Oh my gosh, you know, they have to deal with it. You know, like you're on the edge of your seat, you're excited, you're anticipating the Lone Druid game. It's not a hero that you generically pick. And I feel like Sweden, obviously they said like coming into the tournament because of Charlie's injury, it's like they had just good friendly vibes. Like they didn't get to scrim as much, but they're trying to utilize like how well knit they are together. Maybe they're too friendly in the draft. Hey man, what do you want to play? Lone Druid. Sure man, pick. Like someone had to step up there and go, that is a bad pick. No. Like,
No, you cannot play
You are
it.
2 games away from potentially winning, you know, the trophy, getting first place for your country. $70,000. That is not a Lone Druid game.
I think you're right, but also like in these kind of like national tournaments, you know, like you kind of have to trust your player. If your player gets it wrong, then your player gets it
There's
wrong.
a time
Go
and
next,
a place,
right? Like,
you know?
it's difficult.
Time and a
Look at
place,
it this
boys.
way, T. Look at it this way, T, right? If you let the player have what he wants, right? You don't say no, you allow him to play. If you lose, you get to blame him. If I say, hey man, play this other hero, and then we lose anyway, now it's my fault.
Mate,
I don't
that
want it to be my
happened in
fault.
the last series. The guy wanted to play Medusa. Muddy wanted to play Medusa. He played game 2, he got relegated to position 5.
He did. Yeah,
We've seen it happen.
they made
time
an example
and time
of him.
again.
They made an example of him, and
They
they were
made a
like,
big
"Oh
example
no!"
of him.
So
if
what
we
you all
do
are
this,
telling me right now, as we get
think
into our draft, are we gonna get Excalibur playing like Tree and
Excalibur's now the
Protector?
coach.
maybe it's he subbed down a few ranks. You know, going to be on the 4 or something.
He's going to be on the 4, yeah.
He's going to be the
Desire to
courier.
yeah.
It's tough.
All right, let's see whether or not he indeed is going to find himself relegated into a lower farm position, or if Sweden will find better ways to enable him as we get into our second and potentially final game here at WEC24 in the Grand Finals. Radiant side for the side of Sweden, the second pick for Greece, and the draft so far, different bans for Sweden at the very least, but Greece pretty much sticking to their guns, keeping things very solid. So I'm expecting them to ban still the Lycan again, and then yet again the Shadow Demon in the first phase. Or in the second phase for them, their second pick.
Yeah. I would be surprised if they switch things up too much here. We shall see. I would like to see. I mean, we know what we want to see, right? We haven't made it very, very subtle what we want from these first picks from each side. Provided all of this broken stuff's banned out, then Clockwork Tusk. It's all it is.
I also want Pablo to play Rubik, right? Because I feel like if he was playing Rubik instead of Phoenix in the previous game, not necessarily that the lane goes better, but the game is certainly different in the end.
Yeah, I can see it. I just think that it's something more of a reactive pick later on in the draft. Like, I wouldn't want to see them open with it.
Let's see, clock band, so that means Tusk, Hoodwink, okay. So they pick up the damage dealing support that can hunt the map, which is good.
But
yeah.
Pablo is a Hoodwink specialist. Like, when he streams, Pablo, Hoodwink is his minimap cover. That's how much he loves the hero. Like, he is integral to his stream identity.
Okay.
We won't comment on that any further. And there's your Tusk coming out for Greece. There we go. You love to see it. So yeah, I mean, Hoodwink as an initiating support hero is okay. Like, sure, she's ranged, and sure, she's not tanky. She doesn't give you any information. That's what I don't like about it, but you can cover that in other roles. If you do get it covered in other roles, the Hoodwink can be that decent initiation with Bushwhack, but you need to see vision coming from another source. It's not the easiest. The only counter to that is that you have Scurry later on, which you can use to go and get wards down. So I like to see it when the Hoodwink is the one with the Observer wards, you know, runs through the trees, places the Observer on the high ground, and then, you know, you can see everybody and get a decent Bushwhack to start things off. That's one way. The other way, of course, using tanky or vision gaining heroes to go and start things off for you. But again, if that ends up being a core, then you can no longer soft initiate fights, basically.
We did see Sweden play the Night Stalker the other day. Obviously, it's a little bit too early for that, but if indeed one of the objectives is to try and attain some vision in the nighttime, we can get Night Stalker. Luna still hasn't been picked up just yet, so that could potentially be a carry for Sweden.
Yeah, sign me up for Night Stalker Luna. I wouldn't hate that at all.
And as long as the lanes are fine, right? Like, Night Stalker is always a hero that needs to get through the laning stage. You can take the facet for nighttime to be the first 5 minutes, so you get to phase boots when, like, it's a pretty cool change for Night Stalker, but still, once you hit that nighttime at 5, or daytime, sorry, you then feel a little bit lost still. It's uncomfortable, but again, I like the hero if draft enables it, but we don't really have much yet. It does seem like the Greeks are spending a lot of their time deciding what they wanted to do. They eventually ban out the Dawnbreaker. Again, I feel like the whole philosophy of Greece, I feel like Dawnbreaker perfectly describes that hero, right? Like, Dawnbreaker go for Aghanim's, for the evasion, you have healing. You overcommit, you're going to get punished. And that's often the issue with Greece, right? They overcommitted a lot of times in their games to get here. The games that they did lose was that overcommittal and that punishment.
Yeah, Thug, whilst he's been playing these like really active heroes, does have a tendency to dive a little deep sometimes and get punished. He finds his limits each game, you know, which I respect as a fellow limit tester.
That's what I want for my mid laner. Obviously, hopefully he doesn't die, but I want him to like frustrate the opponent.
If you don't die, you haven't found your limits. No,
Are you of the school of Diracho that as a core player you shouldn't be afraid of dying?
Absolutely.
So we have the Snapfire now here. We're going to be providing some lane prowess. We have some minus armor later. We've got some team fight, which they didn't really have beforehand.
Yeah.
Overall, do you like seeing Snap without knowing the matchup?
The Bengen Doctor as well.
Yeah, baby.
Specialism coming out.
You want to talk about the Witch Doctor real quick?
Yeah, I'll hit you up with the Witch Doctor info. I mean, Bengen's a specialist. He loves his hero. He plays it more than anybody else. It gets banned against him quite a lot. It's been banned in this tournament against him quite a lot. It was banned against his team Mouse quite a lot. So we do not see him playing this hero that often. What's it going to give you? It's going to give you pretty good laning, especially with the Headhunter facet, which he always goes for. That one gives you great damage coming out from your Paralyzing Cask if two heroes ever find themselves alone. In between the Hoodwink and the Witch Doctor, if any two heroes are standing next to each other, they might just die.
Yep.
From,
I mean, there's a lot of damage on these two supports, like Hoodwink on the one, the Witch Doctor there as well. And also, what I like about pairing Witch Doctor in a game with the Doom, if you find Maledict, Doom has a lot of tick damage, which is going to scale up through the Maledict as time goes on.
Absolutely. So, Centaur coming out once again for the Greeks.
Yeah, they're keeping it simple. Of course, against Doom, really good Stampede away. Laning-wise, you could technically pair it with a Snap or the Tusk, but realistically, it'll probably be Tusk or Centaur. And they even take the Luna away from Sweden, which is a really smart idea. Of course, I think most likely now it's Snap and Centaur in lane makes the best sense, and then Tusk and Luna is a really strong lane. You have a melee body with a ranged hero. In one lane is the carry from Luna, and the other one is the support and Snapfire, but they are very, very strong lanes. And sure, Sweden, they go for the Medusa. this is what we've been asking for, right? The 1v9 hero for Charlie.
Absolutely, yeah, but the Medusa might be a problem for them, because unfortunately, in Greek mythology, we've heard so many times about the story of how you kill this Medusa, you know, like how it's done. So they've been taught about this since the day they were born. They know how to beat Medusa.
And Luna is carrying some very sharp glaives, you know, perfect for decapitation.
Absolutely right, Snare. Yeah. I knew you'd run with that one. That was a guarantee.
Greece do one out the puck. No massive acceleration for Excalibur's game this time. They don't have any real major catch, so I would like to see them ban out the Storm Spirit as well. Another hero we've seen Excalibur perform well with. And I do not want to see them allow Excalibur to be able to play on the front foot with the Doom, with the Hoodwink, while the Medusa is just sitting in the jungle farming.
Greece, they do have second pick, so they're going to be able to counterplay Excalibur here, right? Especially because this lineup from Greece, the side lanes are set up. You don't actually need help. Your mid lane doesn't need to help a Tuscalooner, nor Centaur Snapfire, so it does actually allow for the counterplay to come into the mix, where if Excalibur goes for like an Ember or a punishable hero, lock in the Husker, lock in the big, you don't get to play this game, and then Greece will kind of cruise control to farm. As for Sweden, Doom farms, Medusa farms. Witch Doctor Hood will to hunt the map, but they currently don't have a core to hunt the map with on Sweden. So this mid laner needs to be active, otherwise the supports will just be watching their cores farm, and that is why Greece ban out the puck, ban out the storm. These heroes will bring the supports to life. And of course Sweden banning out Invoker, makes sense against Medusa and the mana burn. There's not really other mana burn options for mid lane, but a good option potentially for Sweden would be like an Earth Spirit. Boom, look at that.
There you go.
Frame perfect prediction, but the Earth
Stealing
Spirit
my prediction from last game.
oh yeah, sorry.
That's how it works.
But it's the speed of play that Sweden want, and it's aggressive, combined vessel, it's chaotic, and I like it. So I think Sweden did fix their draft with the last pick, but once again, if Excalibur doesn't perform, Sweden has to only farm. That is literally, it's like fight with Excalibur or hit creeps.
Nomad, a couple of seconds. Predict the hero for the mid lane here for Greece.
Oh, great, thank you. Queen of Pain, yep. Ultimately, I might have got there if I'd had more than 2 seconds to get that one.
But what are you doing?
You know, we've seen them run this hero a bunch of times now, and it seems to be that he's just not losing lane with Queen of Pain. He's just not doing it. Always finding the aggression, always finding the big kills. What more do you want from me, man? Like, this comp's been doing work for them.
There are a couple of things different, though, in this game, right? They have the Doom already available, right? Yes, they have the Tusk save, but it's not necessarily going to stop you from Doom. They have Silence as well, which I think is the critical thing, having into the Queen of Pain. And in the event the Queen of Pain does end up doing well in the lane, Hoodwink is a good hero to be able to come in, assist the Earth Spirit in equalizing situation. Overall, though, it does still feel... This is a lot more balanced, these drafts, than Game 1.
Exactly. Because Centaur Luna need to farm, Doom Medusa need to farm. It's basically the race to who gets there first, right? Around 20 minutes, you'll kind of see which balance is better, and it obviously comes from the mid lane, right? Like the Corp versus Earth Spirit can go Blade Mail to annoy Corp, Earth Spirit can go Vessel to punish the cores, right? So I think it really is like the mid showdown. Whichever one shines will give their team the ability to scale into the game better, as they'll be hunting the map quicker. So yeah, it really is just 1v1 mid. Whoever wins probably gets the tempo, but both drafts, they can scale well, they can fight well, they can do a lot of things. I'm expecting Greece to be a little bit more confident, but Charlie is on the Medusa. He can 1v9. There's no major anti-Medusa hero. So if he gets to like 3-4 items, then I think Sweden's in a good spot. But Greece, strong heroes, strong lanes, aggression. Excalibur has to step up this game.
Nomad, do you think he can do it, Excalibur? Is this the game where on this Earth Spirit he can turn this around?
If he was an Excalibur hero, I'd 100% be throwing my bet behind Sweden right now. This is just...
Sorry, I found it funny.
That's all right, that's all right. It's just not an Excalibur hero, you know? Like, I don't know, maybe he's going to come into the game and see he's like level 25 on it. Then I'll retroactively change my mind.
I think he's pretty good on it. Relatively.
Yeah?
Like, it's not like a Meepo.
It's not an Excalibur hero, though. You know what I mean by that,
so let's say like
don't
his
you?
Meepo is like an S tier, you know?
Yeah,
like his Earth Spirit's like an A tier.
Wardens
So I think it's like it's decent, you know? It's like, it's not S.
Okay, I'm not going to be won over by it, I'm afraid. Because another quick thing I just wanted to get in here as well is that they're playing the Doom. I think the Doom has to walk a really delicate line between being active enough, not falling behind, but not being AFK farming.
Okay.
And that's really hard to do. Doom is a difficult hero in that regard. I worry about Malum. I think he's proven to be like really good in the right performances where he can play active. I haven't liked him so much when he's had to play a little bit quieter. His Mars was shaky last game. I really want him to pull it together. Just to be clear, like, I really want this to go to 3 games. But I think Greece is going to take this gun.
Okay, Greece getting a vote of confidence from brother Nomad there, getting a 2-0 potentially in the grand finals, which will be Very interesting to see because rarely do we actually get clean sweeps in these finals. However, Sweden with Pablo and the team and the gang, they maybe might be able to provide the damage with the Hoodwink. Maybe Bengen on the specialty Witch Doctor can turn things around for them. Let's find out what they've got as we enter into our second and potentially final game. And to bring us that game, we have the beautiful Black, we have the wonderful Wax. Gentlemen, take it away for game 2.
Oh yeah, look at it go! Potentially the last game of the World
WEC.
I'm still in Witch Doctor mode. I was going for a bit of that. You know what? Witch Doctor pick all the way. I'm going with them. We're going game 3.
Are we? Well, first of all, we have to roll back the tape a bit. I've never been called wonderful before, so thank you very much, Snare.
No, I think you were the beautiful Black and the wonderful
Wax.
Wax.
You're the wonderful, yeah. I meant beautiful. I've been called wonderful many times before.
I see.
But not beautiful, you know. So
you
Snare,
are gorgeous.
Thank you. Likewise, my friend. Likewise.
It's a bromance right here, but let's see if the bromance will be between Greece and that beautiful trophy as well that we've been seeing during the draft, because I do love the Witch Doctor. It's not a meta hero, and the Greek lineup is looking very, very sweet. Thug back on his staple Queen of Pain that he has been dominating both in the semifinals and the grand final game 1. Do you think this Earth Spirit, with the silence, with the pressure, with the early rotations, could maybe set the tempo up for Sweden?
I really think Sweden has all the tools necessary to win this game. In fact, I'm not the biggest fan of the co-op in this particular game. You play against Doom, you're playing against Witch Doctor. Like, if you ever blink into a Witch Doctor and you can't burst him, he puts down Melodic, Death Ward, and you're actually one who's gonna die.
He goes for the Voodoo Switcheroo.
That's right, yeah. I personally believe Witch Doctor is actually very strong support. However, I can also see at the point of Nomad where he says, yeah, Earth Spirit's not really Excalibur hero. I agree. You know, like, he likes his storms, he likes his embers. Earth Spirit kind of plays like them, but he's very different as well. You know, like the way you rotate and the way you farm the hero is very different to the other ones. And we'll see, you know, whether he's going to be convinced in the end or not. Luckily, I'm just a caster. I don't have to give any predictions. I have the easy way out. I think, what do they always say? It's going to be a great game of Dota.
I love the cliches and I love the grand final. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could hear me at home, make some noise or grab the popcorn, because potentially the last game of World Esports Championships 2024 is now underway. Greece, one step away from claiming the title of world champion. Sweden would really like to take it to a game 3. This is Black and I am Wax, and let's see if we're gonna get any action at the bounty runes.
Looks like the answer is no. We're just going to be having a good old 2-rune trade. Now let's look at the lane. So Doom, Hoodwink, potentially with the right creep on Doom, it can be a pretty offensive lane. I think there's potential there, yes.
What creep would you like to see? Because I'm a big fan of the Harpy.
The Harpy is very strong for early aggression for sure. If you want to play more of the sustain game, then the Satyr is really nice with the mana aura. It really depends on how aggressively they want to play. Because what Nomad also mentioned, with Malum in particular, he loves to play actively, and he doesn't like to sit back and farm as much, which could become a big problem, especially when you're playing Doom.
Queen of Pain, and we talked about the fact they're not really going for the dagger, more often for the Blink Scream of Pain build Thug, but I think the dagger might be quite good dealing a bit of cheap damage to Excalibur early on in the laning phase.
Yeah, people have really caught onto the trend that, yeah, dagger might help you win lane. It's not even a guarantee, it just might, because oftentimes you step out of position 2 and take quite a lot of harass damage. It's a much safer option to take the Scream of Pain to be able to gank better and earlier and just, you know, get your own core items up more quickly.
Quiet laning phase, of course, the pressure couldn't be higher for either of the 10 players right now. Malum under the tower, he will have a double creep wave that would love to get on top of, as he has yet to last hit anything. Finds the first one as we speak. Down bottom, Charlie.
One CS on him.
Yeah, the Medusa is having a very rough start, only getting 2 of the last hits in the first couple of waves, and he's had a very rough game 1. Hopefully, on this Medusa, at least he does have more of a farming mechanism, but it's gonna be Pablo dying first, and it's the tag team. iShards tag team, and you're out.
That's the classic. You get level 2 before your enemy, immediately initiate on them. Very well done by Greece once more. And as we spoke about last game, I really want to hear Sweden this game. You know, anything that happens, really get behind your players.
I did see them end the break between maps, and Excalibur had a smile on his face. Maybe really understanding the fact that they were cornered in the draft, and that's why it was a bit hard for them. So he seemed quite, not relieved, but happy. So,
Okay, it's good to hear.
yeah, the morale is definitely still there for them, but we want to hear them shout and scream and make themselves heard to our lovely, lovely audience here in Riyadh.
Yeah, we know they have the ability to be really strong. Oh, Excalibur dropping pretty low.
The bottle's here, though.
Yeah, just 2 charges left though. Might wanna go for the bounty rune. But yeah, mid lane pretty much going as we thought. Just trade farm. Top lane though is going pretty horrendously for them once more.
Yeah, Luna
Focus
versus
completely
two.
free farming.
And I have to back Nomad in what he said about Malem. Not the most impressive performance either of the games we've seen him. Especially, I think this is the first time we have the pleasure of covering Malem not play Mars on stream, as the Doom was left through.
Desire doing an amazing job here with getting ulted and nice in against the DOTA. Laning phase, already 1k up. Early game is not looking too good for them. But of course it's early days, you know, lots of Dota left to be played.
Yeah, Witch Doctor also not known for being the most impactful in the first couple of levels, but as soon as he's gonna hit that level 4, 5, gets 3 points in Maledict potentially, it would be very, very easy for them to kill the Centaur.
Well, Maledict is on.
Already getting
Kick
job
in,
done.
but
Yeah.
probably not gonna die, just level 1 Maledict.
Oh, yes. Will most likely force Desire to use his healing salve. As we see Charlie, he's looking very good. Got an Alt Talisman, Mango, and Lotus. The only thing he would love to have more of is last hits.
TP coming in.
TP bottom, and look at Excalibur.
Might get a
Perfect
shot block
game
though.
sense. He's gonna TP out. He should be safe, but he's gonna have to make the walk to base. He should fortify the creeps more likely right now. He's gonna miss at least one under the tower.
That's a really nice rotation. Forcing a TP out of mid lane is never good, especially if you're an Earth Spirit. You're gonna have to rebuy the TP when you're already struggling a little bit for net worth.
Also a great reaction from Excalibur, right? He could have gotten caught there.
Yep. Yep.
You know, it's about the small things for Sweden, considering the way Game 1 went, and this first 4 minutes also not looking too hot for them. Every single one of their cores is behind in last hits of the respective pairing.
Yeah, top lane is Tusk plus any right ticket. There's so much physical damage always coming out. Taking a little bit of damage here, but the turnaround potential, of course, is very high. And Quap is definitely going to reach level 6 first, which means the rotation potential of her is going to be absolutely massive.
A lot of action up top, and Malem will fall again. Pablo will be joining him in the afterlife. And Focus. He's not an alchemist, but if he keeps being given kills, he might have a fairly similar net worth by minute 10.
Yeah, I'm expecting Quap, once she's level 6 and has a reasonable level of mana and health, they might either rotate to try to kill.
That's a minute 1 bounty rune that wasn't claimed.
Yep. They're either going to try to kill Excalibur, or she's going to try to rotate herself to like a side lane. Maybe try to get a kill on the DOTA could be quite nice for them, but as you said, they're very stable, very happy in all the lanes right now.
Snapfire with a rotate will spot Bangan in the bottom rune, but I'm not sure Pablo has been spotted. So there is a potential kill here. They're actually chasing down the Snapfire, as Desire is very speedy and aware. He's gonna go up and TP's top. Malem gets caught by the ice shards again. This Doom does not have
He's
a game.
dead.
He has no chance of escaping. He has no support, as
More.
Pablo showed mid. Easy
That's
kill.
brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Like, second game in a row where Malem gets absolutely shut out of lane. And he can't do anything. He has 0 levels in Devour, so his comeback potential in this game is looking very grim for him already.
0 points in Devour, 0 chances of coming back quick. Get
Looking for
chasing down
Sex, or they're
Pablo.
looking for another kill on Pablo.
Nice setup, another perfect shards. Good bushwhack. Pablo tries to run away, still
It's
wall
quite
punch.
deep.
Cookie's on top of him, and another snowball will get the job done. Nobody wants to TP to help this poor.
Well, what's
poor
gotten into
hoodwink.
Greece? They're like playing so aggressively, so quick, and
well,
Sweden just seems like they're no match for them right now. Nothing like the Greek we've seen, the Greece we've seen yesterday.
also nothing like the Sweden we've come to see and love this entire 2024 season. If This is an off day, it's not the right moment. Bengan is here, but it's only a level 3 Witch Doctor. But look at Pablo coming in with the Bushwhack, blink out, and that might just be an escape. Spartan will fall, and that's a good Maledict coming around. Excalibur is there, 3 of his teammates have died, but Focus turns around with the Eclipse. Excalibur is not gonna survive, as Focus and the squad eliminate 4 of the Swedish players.
And the top tower is also gonna fall. It's really gonna open up the map for them. And the only saving grace right now is that Medusa hasn't fallen yet. She is one of the best carries in the game in a scenario like this. So all hope is not lost yet, but the early game is looking real rough.
If we could take a look at the Wisdom Rune, I think it was actually stolen by Greece as well. So that means that poor under-leveled Witch Doctor is gonna find it so hard to get levels. And Witch Doctor is one of the heroes that obviously does not need gold, but levels are key on him.
Yeah, you need it level 6 as soon as possible for the Death Ward.
Still 3.
And how do they stop Skylark right now? Focus is actually also making a rotation. They're looking for the Medusa, only level 5. If they kill her too, that is basically like the last hope that Sweden is holding on right now. And she's dead.
There's no chance in hell for her, and Skylark gets the last hit on that one. 10-1, minute 8. And after what was a highly contested bronze medal matchup, Black, this grand final could be one of the quickest.
Now this is the Greece that we expected though, after what they actually said in the interviews, you know. They're going for Malum again, Thug, no Sonic Wave.
Amplified damage, blink forward, Cookie connects, net will not keep you alive, level 4 gets destroyed.
Bengan, you have to be careful here, my friend.
He's gonna maybe get the desired kill. Excalibur does not connect with a rolling boulder, but will get the right click there. Nice Bushwhack, there is no blink for 5 seconds, 4 seconds left, amplified damage, trying to get on top of her.
has missed through fog.
No, Magnetizing Thug giving him the high 5, blink out. Excalibur is having such a
Medusa again? Oh, not level 6 yet.
Eclipse, just to be sure, in the Ice Shards, hoof stomp, and she falls to Focus. Bit by bit, Greece is stepping ever so close to claiming the World Esports Championship title.
Yeah, this early game is absolutely brutal. Probably the best Greece game we've seen so far, which is very funny to say after we've seen the last game.
Yeah.
This is even more of a statement now by Greece. Last game they weren't up 7k at 9 minutes, even though they had an Alchemist. We still got a Sonic Wave coming up here.
Level 4 on Pablo, he's nothing to do. Excalibur, you just gotta sacrifice your Hoodwink.
Time for good night again, yeah.
Scurries to his death.
Level
Sparta.
6 on both supports already as well. They have kisses available. They need to, like, 5-man or like 4-man behind the Medusa, try to bait on her, and really just outnumber, like 5 versus 2 or something like that. At this point, it's getting very desperate for them.
Doom has yet to hit his level 6. The final tier 1 tower will be claimed.
Yeah, that's the third one down. 8k lead in 10 minutes.
There's a Blade Mail on Skylark.
Yeah, he's big as well. With a safety bubble as well for extra barrier as well as health region. Pablo, looking for him potentially. Nah, he's very tanky on the Centaur right here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Doom gets spotted top. It's gonna be Focus on top of him. Spartan TPing.
Yep.
Doom is gonna be destroyed off screen. His HP is gone, and so will he, as he falls. Finally, it was a bit of a
delayed death.
Still
Monster kill for Focus now. 8-0 at 10 minutes. He has been so active, and the ganks on his lanes have been absolutely fantastic. Dusa doesn't really have any space to farm towards the bot lane, and top lane is also getting controlled by Greece.
Yes.
I really think you have to just try to outnumber them any way you can right now. You need to retake one area of the map for your Dusa to at least be able to farm.
Desire going for the solo
like that,
kill.
okay.
It's gonna be a solo kill onto Bengan. All that Charlie can do is stare in disbelief as his support falls. And Skylar just walks out the tower, going more. Focus up top does get attacked, and that's gonna be a Doom. This Luna will finally fall, but you've paid a high price as the Medusa's trying to stay alive with a Lotus, with a wand, with everything she can, going for the Snake Volley, but the Snowball save, and it's gonna be a carry for carry trade. Now we have TPs, which drove them very low. Bengan only level 4. There's nothing you can do, my friend. You're a Witch Doctor. You gotta go back, and you will be sent back to Fountain as Thug has a shield rune under the tower, right-clicking you to death. Nobody's coming to help. Pablo is actually here. Bengan somehow alive. I might have been wrong.
Oh, they're not even trying to kill him. Okay, makes it out alive, barely.
Wow.
Wait, we have one more Boar Blast soon. Scalar Blast. I'm gonna try one more time. No. It's basically like I don't exist. You know? It's like you're playing paintball and you barely don't get hit. You just sit there. You're like, ah, I'm not here.
If you close your eyes, nothing can happen to you.
That is a very famous horror movie quote that never works.
Well, this feels like a horror movie. I know Halloween was quite a long while back, but this is what Sweden must be feeling right now. They're smoking up. They may be trying to find someone. If they could kill Thug, it would be massive gold influx going in their favor. They don't have the Doom or the Witch Doctor ult, but they're gonna go connecting, shooting back. Geomagnetic grip is not there, but they're chinning him in with the net and the sharpshooter, and they're done.
Well
Mega
done.
kill streak claimed by Pablo. Would have loved to get it on Malum or Excalibur, but a kill's a kill.
Yeah. Now, the really positive side here for Sweden is Excalibur is having a pretty decent game still. He's very, well, not very farm, but he has a pretty decent amount of farm with which he can definitely cause a lot of damage to the Grease side. But yeah, it's going to be difficult to really translate that into anything because your Doom needs to play catch-up and your Medusa needs to play catch-up. If the only hero you can play around with is the Earth Spirit, it's going to be hard to make plays happen for sure.
Excalibur went wrong. Spartan is alone here. They may have been able to go in here. He's going to come in late, not
Nice
going to connect. And now he
sidestep.
repositions himself. This is a disaster. Kisses are coming in, and Excalibur with the blade man will pop the Magnetize, hoping that the Maledict will be sufficient to kill Spartan. But I think that's just very wishful thinking.
Yeah, doesn't go and pursue further because, of course, the Witch Doctor with the Death Ward is a big threat. Smoked up, looking for another fight, but so is Bengen. Finding him, and it looks like he's, well, still alive for now.
Sharpshooter available. Oh, Snowball coming in time as we have Thug running up. Sonic Wave will not be used just yet. Only going for the dig on Scream of Bane. Eclipse is there. Malum wanted to throw the Doom to kill Spartan, but it's going to be one boulder smash connecting to the Tusk in a 3-for-1.
Yeah, at least they get the kill on the task, but of course it's not really what you're looking for when you're Sweden here. And the second Wisdom Rune also gets stolen. So 4-for-0 here for Grease in terms of Wisdom Runes. And they're not giving them any breathing room at all. I really like the way Grease is just suffocating them at this point.
Yeah.
They're stealing the stacks away. So all sort of income that you're trying to give the Medusa, the Luna is taken instead. Another 3-man smoke. They really want to utilize this Doom, and they have to. No Stampede available, so if they get the Doom on someone, it should be an easy kill.
Well, I'm not
But
sure.
another smoke too by Grease.
I'm not sure it would be easy, but it should be a kill. Desire level 9 on this Snapfire.
Ooh, unsmoked them.
The only Radiant hero that has higher than the Snapfire is Excalibur's Earth Spirit, and they're all preparing for another fight. Malum gets spotted, almost locked in. They don't want to jump into the unknown. Grease are a bit patient, but they're gonna find Bengan instead. Witch Doctor, much easier of a kill than a Doom.
Yeah.
On the bright side, when you do die on the Witch Doctor, you get more money from your Gree.
More money, yeah. Which is probably why he's not too upset with his death. But yeah, still, Medusa, she's actually being completely surrounded by everyone on the Dire side.
It's a sneaky snake, but Desire is quite
it's a tough
sneaky
neighborhood to be
himself.
in.
1 versus 4. They're coming in from all
Stone Gaze.
directions. Chain stunning
Oh, she
him.
doesn't have Stone
TP
Gaze.
is coming in a bit too late. Bushwhack will connect, but look at the damage. No more mana. Charlie will not survive. Excalibur tries to do something with the Magnetized. Doom comes in onto the Queen of Pain, and the Death Ward is doing a lot of damage. 2 of the Greek players have fallen, and now connecting on to focus. He is alone. He does have the Eclipse, but perfect. Bushwhack on top of him. Skylark is here for more action, and the Snowball will arrive. Malum is dying to the illusion, but he sidesteps very nicely. Excalibur places the Magnetize again to reset, and look at it go. Bengan almost getting the kill, and he's gonna find it. Focus is out, and that is the strength of the Witch Doctor, who will fall in the end. But 4-4-3, Sweden takes that any time of day with this deficit.
Yeah, definitely. Making good ground here. I think 3k gold is what they ultimately ended up gaining.
Is under attack.
Would have been maybe even a bit different if Medusa had Stone Gaze. It was very close to the next level up. If there's a Stone Gaze there under the tower, they'll definitely have a much better fight on their hands.
It was Excalibur as well. He did so much work with that Magnetize,
so much
even at the
damage,
very end when he fell, popped in another stone to reset the Magnetize when the Snowball will be done, and that's what allowed the kill of the Witch Doctor to come in, you know, happen onto Thug.
Yeah, Bengan gained like 3 level ups there because he got the 2 solo kills. But yeah, Medusa is really the big loser, unfortunately. Pablo is probably just going to be taken out here. But yeah, Medusa is the big loser because every time they fight, she's the first one dead, which means she doesn't get any experience or any gold from all these kills. And she's really the hero that you're looking at when you're trying to make a comeback in this game.
They're looking at her right now, and they're blinking blindly onto Charlie. Will have to use the Stone Gaze right away. At least will not lose his life, but he will most likely lose his tier 2 tower.
Oh, they're behind Excalibur. Are we going to see any sort of TPs?
It's only Skylark. TPs need to come on mass first of all. Excalibur, sidestep, gets stunned. We have Spartan there waiting to interrupt with a snowball, but doesn't go into the low ground. And Excalibur actually turns around, pops the Magnetize, does not have enough mana to go for more, so he will just disengage and be content with the forced TP.
What are you looking for next?
Charlie stampeded on. Thug is there, so it's focused. They don't even need to use the ultimates as he will die to the Dagon right-clicks combination.
Malum also a little bit out of position here.
This is disastrous. You don't have Magnetized, Doom doesn't have HP, and Medusa's gone again. This is not a fight you should be trying to take.
You have to try to play around the Medusa Stone Gaze. It's the biggest team fight ability right now together with the Magnetize. But at the same time, Charlie doesn't really want to be involved because he wants to be out farming, but it's so dangerous to farm against all these heroes out there.
And he's so under-farmed, Black.
Oh,
Pablo gets caught again with his Atos. He could get out of there. Atos Bushwhack. Actually baiting a bit for Bengan. Spartan is there, and Excalibur gets killed by the Queen of Pain. It doesn't even use the Sonic Wave again.
Yeah, went for Midas and Malum.
Did he?
Yeah, sold it again though. No.
Pablo, Bengan doing a lot of work onto Spartan, but Snowball is there. Kisses are not quite connected, but it doesn't matter. Desire and Thug kill Malum in the back line, and it's a 1-by-1 fest.
No, Medusa should be fine, probably.
Charlie has the Mystic Snake,
yeah,
runs up. Thug has an Arcane Rune, he's gonna go for it. Thug is unstoppable. He's going deeper, he's going to a tier 4. Maybe buyback, guys? It could be a good kill. Look at Thug tanking all the tower hits, but blinks out.
I can't believe you actually did that. That is that is crazy.
Asserting dominance at his finest is Thug on his Queen of Pain.
Yeah, looking at it to mid tower now. 16k in 19 minutes. Unfortunately still, Sweden is trying the hardest to make these fights work, but they're so far behind at this point. The Glimmer Cape on the Tusk has been paying off dividends. Like, it's just one of the best items in this sort of situation.
Yep.
To save against Meldic, save against the Earth Spirit's magic damage.
Shots down
Malum
the
has
Doom
Blink
as well.
Dagger now, so maybe they're gonna get a nice Doom onto Thug, which could start a nice sequence of events, potentially.
You hope it will, but
Illusions scouting out everything.
the illusions are like they can't even kill the illusions easily right now.
Yeah, so mid tower is gonna go down. Level 12 on Spartan, thanks to getting all these wisdom runes. Now the next one is gonna spawn in 1 minute. Probably gonna be another big fight around that area.
20 minutes in, and Greece is
for
going for it. Another connection onto this Doom. Has a cloak, but is not sufficient to sustain through that.
Yeah. That's the problem right now. Anywhere they go, Greece is basically setting up for them and waiting for them. They need to split push side lanes, but Dusa is not mobile enough to do that. They're in fact already pinging out the Dusa. Okay, he's gonna make his way back.
Thug is also kind of towards Excalibur down bottom.
Yeah, he's I think, just wanted to push out the lane. Although Skylark is also making his way down there.
Charlie spots focus spots Charlie. Coming in with the Atos. Bushwhack will not connect. Nice pike out down the high ground.
There's
and now Stampede turn around. They're going for it, Charlie. You're still between 4 players. They're gonna go for Pablo first. Stone Gaze, but gets caught by the ice shards. That is amazing from Spartan. Look at the kisses. TP's out. 2 of them to safety, and Excalibur rolls out the way, only losing a support, but a 34-8 lead from Greece.
Agent can never read, and the thing is, they don't even need to end the game. They have like no pressure right now. They're happily just going to continue in the base. Malum is they're looking for a Doom Melody combo on Thug potentially. Thug, yeah, here we go.
Can you change there? Allow the Death Ward to come through, and I think that's it.
Nice pick off.
He doesn't even need the Death Ward. He's just farming around. Good pick off, but now Dooming cooldown for 2 minutes, and the tier 2 top is gonna be a casualty most likely. No, they're leaving. Okay.
Yeah. Now you have to be careful without Thug. That's a big amount of your damage gone.
Oh, Doom. Oh my goodness. Eclipse Glimmer Cape will not protect you. Sentries on the ground, and the Witch Doctor gets destroyed. but now the Eclipse is on cooldown for 2 minutes.
Yeah, but again, we know they can just contain the enemy, wait for the BKB on the Luna. Once they have that BKB, Roshan should pretty much be guaranteed for them. I don't think Sweden wants to fight around the Roche pit right now. But can you afford to give away an Aegis?
Well, that is a great question, and I don't think you can. Sweden will need to do everything in their power to contest that, or maybe not even allow it to commence.
And look at the Snapfire also. Already got a Mech, got a Force Staff. Roche is on the menu even before they finish the BKB. They know there is no Doom available. Without Doom, they can't lose any fight.
She's out farming the Doom, which is traditionally known as one of these cores that finds farm very easily. Pablo caught again, 36-9.
Yeah. And they're just doing Roshan with 2 heroes, while the other 3 heroes are pressuring the map and pushing out the lanes. That's how confident they're feeling. And rightfully so.
You were barely killing Focus before, now you'll have to do it twice back to back, and he also almost has a full completed Black King bar.
Yeah.
Queen of Pain as well, 9-second BKBs for both the Luna and the Cop.
There we go, 2.4k health as well, together with the Aegis.
Bengun going deep in the jungle, gets spotted by the Dust, and Skylark's there, and the Cookie with a very nice.
He wanted to Dagon steal, for sure. You can 100% tell.
Yeah, Thug fingers were definitely on to the button to get that Dagon kill. Excalibur gets pinged.
If you can blink in front of him and maybe stop the roll, yeah, that's what he's trying to do.
Does not have a kick for 2 seconds. That's what he's waiting for. Bushrak coming in, and the Stampede will get used as well. Can Pablo get out of there though? Excalibur can, but nice sharpshooter up away. Orchid. Actually, it's a geomagnetic grid.
Wait, they're going in deeper again.
Pablo.
Is that really what you wanted to do?
Throws the blood grenade in desperation. And now they're knocking at your bottom set.
They cannot lose this tower, Wax. And if they lose this tower, we all know what's going to happen to the barracks. It becomes pretty much impossible to defend it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's a lot of rapiers queued up. Charlie, I mean, I understand why, but...
he needs the damage. He already went for the Demon Edge. It is most likely an impossible ask for the Swedes to come back from this deficit.
Looking for Pablo again. Though, it kind of just feels like they're playing around with them. I really like that. They're keeping them on their toes, but they're not overcommitting. Because they still are very strong with the Maledict, with the Doom. They can definitely take out these heroes on the Greece side.
3.5 minutes left on the Aegis Black. The Illusions are pushing the wave. There's an Arcane bottom. If Thug spots it, he's gonna get it. Nice rollout from Excalibur.
That's a lot of damage.
He's got a Glimmer. He's got a Snap by his side with a Guardian Greaves. Spartan's not dying anytime soon.
Invisibility is invincibility. We all know it. We all love it. The tower is nearing destruction. And as we said, once the tower is gone, the barracks will also fall.
Bengun throws in a cask. Bouncing a little bit.
They can't commit it to the Luna. The barracks is gone.
Spartan is playing so up front, and look at Skylark jumping in straight onto Excalibur. He's focusing the racks on Focus, and Bengun needs to survive. Pops up through the restoration, but the bounces are doing such a good job.
He's out of
mana.
mana.
Now the Cookie, perfect on top of it, Medusa, and the Eclipse is there, and she's out for 50-second Excalibur. BKB or not, HP is gone, and now the Hoodwink is also melting bit by bit. Doom gets thrown out on the Queen of Pain, but there's no follow-up damage, and there's no more hope, as Greece are your 2024 WEC champions.
Well deserved. We haven't seen them turn up like this the entire tournament on. What a time to do it in the grand final. Probably 2 of our fastest maps that we've had all tournament long. Greece constantly said, we got this, we got this, we got this, and they finally showed they really got this. Yeah, drafting amazing, gameplay amazing, both games. They didn't show any weakness in any game. They didn't overcommit really. Can't fault them for anything.
It was impeccable top to bottom in this grand final as we now look at the players shaking hands. Still such a great season for both teams. Even making it to the top 2 of the world is incredible. No matter what you want to say about Sweden's performance today, they are the 2nd best team in the world as a nation for Dota 2. But it's all about the champions right now. It's all about Greece. It's all about these 5 players and their coach lifting up the trophy. Woo! Greece 2024 Dota 2 World Esports Champions! The celebrations will continue late into the day. They waited so long after a marathon of lower bracket final, Black, but they have finally made it. And this is it, Spartan, the man of the hour, the man with the interview, the man that predicted the 2-0 scoreline in this grand final, lifting the trophy, coming away with the trophy. Very, very happy because it's been a long time since they found success on the international stage.
Yeah, really well done by Greece. As I said, I can't fault them for anything. They absolutely outperformed all expectations. But Sweden also outperformed all expectations, I'd say. They started off as huge underdogs, even making it to the top 2. They got better and better day after day. Grand final, it wasn't their time to shine, but even making it to the top 2. Absolutely amazing.
And when we talk about national teams, we often bring up the importance of having a good coach, and we see him right there with the trophy by his teammates, doing everything they could. And it was a showcase of prowess, understanding, and good preparation coming into this grand final.
Yeah, 100%. Again, nothing you can really fault them for. Draft perfect, gameplay, execution, flawless. They won every lane in every game.
Yes.
It's not something you can say in a grand final also. Yeah, Sweden just was absolutely helpless, unfortunately. But as I said, nothing to be ashamed of. Greece is a very strong team. They have had a lot of international success, a lot of their players as well. Yeah, they would never feel any nerves in this grand final. This is exactly where they shine at. And as we hear their roars one more time, well deserved.
Big takeaway for me this entire 2024 season, Black, has been that our top 3 in the end ended up being the top 3 European qualifier teams, with Greece, Sweden and Turkey respectively making away with all 3 of the medals. And this kind of dictates a lot of the current Dota scene, both in clubs but apparently even in nations. Europe is best. Europe's at the top with
reigning
3
supreme
teams.
right now.
Yeah, and I hope that there is something else in the future coming up. We've got Mongolia in 4th place, coming back from 1st last year. But what are your hopes for the nation teams coming in the 2025 season?
I mean, Europe is very surprising. Honestly, I didn't expect to see 3 European teams here in the top 3. Southeast Asia is historically very strong. Fell a little bit short here because of roster changes and whatnot. But yeah, I'm very happy that we got to see some new faces. You know, maybe they'll get some chances on the international stages now because of this as well. But lastly, I just would like to say, it's been a pleasure working with you again. Thanks for the tournament, everything. It was fun, and congratulations to Greece one more time. Well done.
Congratulations to Greece and all the teams. That is all from us, but we will send you to a post-game analysis of the grand final with our lovely analysts.
Thank you for your duty, Black and Voxen, and thank you for Greece for bringing us an incredible grand finals. They managed to sweep it 2-0 and find themselves as champions of the world here at WEC24. Of course, we're going to break down exactly how they managed to make that happen for